Well, an absolute shambolic performance, 4-1 to Sheffield United. I'm not sure any of us want to do that.
Bruce, sort it out, mate. Yeah, the ain't centre back. Played Trunsby there. That was disgraceful. I want a home shirt, away shirt, and a third kit. Paying that money out for that. But sign anyway, lads.
How does he sort it out? Can he sort it out?
No,
to me, after watching that, he's either lost the dressing room or he's got 3 games. Sort it out, or these new owners ain't going to piss about, are they?
No.
They bought the signings in. Great signings. We're a Premiership club at the end of the day, aren't we?
Should be.
Right. And sorry about going on, but I'm really disappointed. It's £100 plus away day, and I've been treated with that. I was down after half an hour. I didn't bother going back up to watch any more of the game.
Of all the performances that you've ever seen, how does that rank?
Well, when I watched Brentford, mate, that first half was the best first half that I've seen since Martin O'Neill. And then they go put in a performance like that, and you're drawing against Reading and teams like that, mate. It's like just so disappointing. It really is.
Yeah. 3 games. That's what you're giving him,
mate. You got to sort it out, mate. If you're not in the top 3 by Christmas, with that squad, mate, we should be winning the league comfortably.
I agree.
We lost 4-1 to a team that, to be fair, they played good football. The first goal, they played brilliant. The second goal, they cut through us. But on the whole, I'd like him to succeed at the club, but I can't see it. Hopefully, he'll turn around. Blackburn in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll win a game and we'll start getting behind them again.
Does he deserve the international break to sort it out?
You sack him now, say we sack him tonight, you can get someone in within the next 3-4 days, and then they have near enough 2 weeks to get to know the squad and get to know the way we're playing, get to know the players we got. You do that, that is the best way. There's no point sacking someone when you got a game in 3 days, like a Tuesday game or something like that, like after Blackburn. You're better off getting rid of him now, giving them best part of 2 weeks to give it a go and get to know the team. We've said it time and time again with manager after manager, when the away end has turned, they've clicked like that and it's changed that. I backed him. Tuesday we were today was awful. We let 4 goals into a team that, as good as I know they are, they didn't deserve, they should not be a team that should be scoring 4 goals against us. And if he does stay, come Blackburn, if we lose that, you'll see the away end completely change.
Sheffield United wanted to win the game today. We've got a squad of players that can do well in that division, and so are you guys.
Yeah,
you showed last 20, but they didn't want it, did they?
They didn't want it from the start.
They didn't want it. At 3-0 at half time, I actually thought, nah, we're good for that. We're really good for it. And I knew you'd come back into it, but we were good for it.
Well, we were talking at half-time and we couldn't pick out a positive aspect of the game that Villa had played. Obviously, once we scored the goal, there was a little bit more there. Let's talk a touch about Sheffield United. Do you think you're going up? Do you think you're ready to compete with the top teams in this division?
If we finish 8th, mate, I'll be happy.
Really?
No, we're not that. We've got a...
You play nice, solid football.
Let it down. But we just won 4 on the bounce, but you can win that in that division. But you can also lose 4. You can also lose 4 on the bounce. You can easily lose 4 on the bounce. You guys have got quality players. I'm off to meet my mate now, who's a Villa fan. Can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
He said to me earlier, he said, McGinn, watch out for him. Yeah. He got hauled off after 65 minutes. It was a right laugh.
All right, pal. Last one.
I don't know what's going on. To all the Bruce Inn supporters, fair play to them. They probably only see the home games, and Villa Park, he's good at Villa Park. We've lost twice on the Bruce there. But it's your away form. You need a good away form to get a team up. And if we play like this, or at Burton, or even at Hull, we won 3-1 at Hull, but we were awful, then we're not going to get anywhere under this bloke.
No, I'll be honest, I've been behind him, but today, I think arguably the worst I've ever seen us. I just didn't feel like that the players were playing.
And Burton was awful.
Were you there on Tuesday?
Burton was awful. We were celebrating having a shot after 40 minutes, no shots until the 40th minute. Against a side who were in League One relegation zone up until today, because they got a result. They didn't even get a result today, I don't think. It's just, you're going to ask yourself, like all the Bruce Inn supporters are going to ask yourself the question, who would you get in? We've got to ask ourselves the question, who wants the job? Who would want this? We've got a good team, but morale's low. The fans are turning on everyone like there's no tomorrow. But who would want this job?
New chief exec was there today. It's his first game. Obviously, Bruce and the team have not made a good impression to him on the first day. What would you do if you were him now?
If it's just him and that's his first game, you can't sack someone after one game. But the other two, they've seen 4 games under Bruce. Why would Dean Smith want this job? He's a Villa fan. So if he's seen a club in this much turmoil, why would he come here and it's going to hurt him 2 times more, 10 times more if he does a bad job?
Did you feel this? I felt like there was something not right with the players today, just the way they were communicating with each other, or not even communicating with each other at points. Do you think he has lost the dressing room now?
The dressing room's gone. Ever since Burton, it is proof the dressing room is gone. He has got no good friends in that room no more. I think at best he's got the backroom staff, but even then they can only get you so far. It's absolutely shambolic what's going on in his club. But 3 months ago we would have said 9 points after 6 games. Yeah, we would take it because it was crap 3 months ago. But look who we brought in. We've attracted a name like Tammy Abraham. I shouldn't really say how we attracted him because we're Aston Villa. Steve Bruce's name's attracted him after all, so fair play on that part. But Tammy and Yannick have watched the last 2 games. What is going to give them any sense of hope in this team? What makes them think they're going to go back to their Premier League clubs and get back into that team?
I'm sure those players will be in the team after the international break. If Bruce is still here, do you think that'll make a difference? Did that change anything, or do you just see it being the same now?
I saw Kurt before here and he said it's the perfect time. It is. International break, you've got 2 weeks. Obviously, it's not going to get done straight away. Hopefully, he's sacked by Tuesday. We get a new manager in by Friday, give him a week, like a couple of days after they return from internationals, if any of these get a call up, which I doubt it looks like they have. We need change. Everyone who keeps saying, give him 5 more games, he's had 80. He's come close to 100 games. What makes you think it's going to change again in the next 5 games?
Possibly the worst I've ever seen, and I'm not really an exaggerator about Villa, but it was one of the worst performances, most abject performances I've ever seen. To be 3-0 down at half-time in this league is completely unacceptable. But I think one of the Sheffield United fans said you can't just come here and just turn up and expect to win. They're a good little team. They know what they are. They played nice football. To be fair to them, completely deserved to beat us. And to be honest, 4-1 didn't really flatter them at all. I think probably the 1 flattered us actually. If anything, didn't particularly look like the players were playing for the manager. I'm not knocking the players, but it didn't look like they were really playing for the manager for me, which is a worrying sign, and probably a worrying sign if you're Bruce as well. He didn't really have an answer to change it. I looked at that bench and I thought it's very unbalanced, other than bringing Connor on, who's been harshly dropped in the first place in my opinion. There's not much going on there on the bench, but then he comes on and plays right mid. There's people all over the place, and the one thing you could always hang your hat on with the Bruce team is that you'd be organised at the back, but we didn't look anything. We looked anything but today, didn't we? As I said, it could have been much more than 4. We've got 3 players out of position in the back 4. Like, no wonder it looks all over the place. So serious questions need to be asked. I think now I don't know what the answer is. I'm not standing here and saying Bruce out, but I'm saying that they can't have anything else like that again, because that was as bad as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, there was a point, I think about 55, 60 minutes gone, where Hutton had the ball. I think he tried to lay it to El Ghazi. Nothing worked, and he just shrugged his shoulders. And it was just a real... I mean, that just summed it up for me. There was a lack of ideas. I don't know whether it's a lack of ambition per se, but it's a complete lack of what we're doing here. We're not getting absolutely anything.
I mean, you can forgive bad days, and you can forgive days where you're trying things and they don't come off, but in all honesty, did we really even try anything? I thought Whelan was okay. Other than that, I'm struggling to name a positive player today. And again, I'm not going to hammer the players. It's a collective thing. It's everyone at the club. They've got to sort it out, because days like today can't happen. They're not good enough, and we've got desires of being promoted, and we're not going to get promoted losing 4-1 away at Sheffield United. And we haven't played well all season, except for probably 60 minutes at Brentford. I know that, and I accept you're not going to play well every week. You're going to have bad days, but a bad day like this can't happen. And the new chief exec's here today for his first watch of the side. What must he be thinking? Because we did just look all over the place. We looked like we'd never met each other before.
The away fans calling for Bruce's head at the end there, that's often a sign that maybe the manager isn't long for this world.
I mean, it wasn't as many as I thought it would be. I felt like the crowd. I mean, it didn't turn as much as I thought it would. Today, when you're 3-0 down at half-time, that's as bad as it gets. Like I would have thought, I expected the whole place to turn. It didn't. There was a lot of people that did turn, but I can't stand here and argue with it and tell them that they're wrong, because they pay a lot of money. I mean, we don't come away every week. These people pay money and they come week in, week out. They spend a lot of money to come away from home, and that weren't good enough.
Yeah, we're It's such a disappointing trip, having 4 hours up, then 4 hours back down. You just got to kind of reflect. But what do you do if you're Bruce? You've got the international break. Presumably, you've got the international break now. How do you fix this? Because we talked about the defence coming up here, and now the loan window's closed, the transfer window's closed. How do you fix this?
That's why I'm not a football manager, mate. I haven't got a clue. We've got to start. Like I say, start doing things that we're supposed to be good at, like defending properly, and you'd expect the calibre of players we've got that we do a lot more going forwards. I mean, the goal was relatively nice, if I recall. El Ghazi, good to see him get off the mark. I feel a bit sorry for him coming to a new club, and must be thinking, what on earth have I let myself into? Hey, there's something not right at the moment. He looked off today. I can't put my finger exactly on what it is, but it looked off from minute one today. I remember Yedinak absolutely battering Al Mohammadi for something at the start of the game. But when you go 1-0 down, you've got to then be clever, keep the ball. We didn't do that. We go 2-0 down, backing off. Third goal, dead ball, keeper mistake. Can't dress it up any other way. So you've gone 3-0 down right on half time, giving yourself absolutely no chance. So then you come out after half time. Again, 5 minutes in, you give away another goal.
It's cheap giveaway.
They were all
well.
cheap goals. Sheffield United played well. By far the best team, and it hurts me to say that. They were so much better than us, it wasn't even funny, but every goal they scored was cheap and avoidable, and that I feel like that's the pattern of the season. Everything's cheap and avoidable, but we're not learning, and we've got to learn quickly.
There's no way of dressing this one up. This was an awful game, an awful 90 minutes. Sheffield United deserved their 4-1 at least win, and there's no other way to say it. So it's a pretty depressing fan cams, a pretty depressing trip home. But that's what it is. That's football sometimes, and we'll go again when Blackburn comes around in a couple of weeks. That's all you can do.
Don't even bother liking or subscribing.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No point. Do what you want.
Yeah, do what you need to do. Watch it, share it, like it, subscribe it, and up the Villa.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another one? Click one of the video options on screen now, and if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.